Panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and Panel.
All right, let's do it. Hi there, it's Coffee and Time on ON Radio. Friday morning, July the 17th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan, and that's Dave Richards right over there. Hi, Dave.
Hi there.
So today on the Coffee and program,
my usual nuisance self.
we got a few calls coming in. We're going to hear from James Toomey from the Black Valley Tourism Council.
We will.
We're going to hear from Meg Rigo from the Levitt Amp Woonsocket Music Series, talking about tonight's concert, and Rich Elaine from Post 85. He'll actually join us in the studio as well today.
Were we going to have a chamber member with us?
No, not today. That may happen next week.
Okay.
They have not committed to that just yet. They usually like to come on the last Friday of the month, and that will be next week.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see if Lauren
and you won't be with us next week.
No, I won't. I'm going
to take a little trip up down east, are you?
Yeah, as you go north. Visit the wilds of Maine.
Yeah, right.
All right, one thing
I haven't seen AJ since the holidays, right?
When was the last time I saw him?
Was it the holidays?
I don't remember.
That's Joe's son, AJ.
I think it was before that, so sometime in the spring.
All right.
Anyway, we were talking about the World Cup yesterday, Dave, because it's Spain and Argentina for the championship on Sunday.
Is this important?
It is. And they're going to play at the Meadowlands in New York. And England versus France is tomorrow. It's the whoever comes in third kind of thing. I said, I don't know where that's going to be played. Didn't Tommy Breen send me an email?
Hey, Tommy,
Joe,
thank you so much.
That game is being played in Miami. Thank you.
Your Miami?
Miami, Florida. So that's where England and France will play each other on Saturday.
I didn't think anybody was paying attention to it outside of FIFA, and thank you, Tom.
Well, some people are, so there you go.
For keeping track of the world for us.
Now, the question, Dave, I have for you before, and try not to go too long on this, but last night, Donald Trump
I am so
gave a nationwide speech. However, ABC, NBC, CNN said we're not showing it on our over the air
on the live feed.
If you want to go on our stream, you can go take a look at it there. Now, I thought the rule was the president has asked for time, and the networks say yes, but they have the right to say no to the president.
The answer to that, since you put it that way, and I have much more to say about it, the answer to that is no. It was a rule, a gentleman's agreement, and I don't mean to be sexist about it. That's the term, a gentleman's agreement, where it's not really a rule.
It's like a handshake.
But it's like a rule.
Yeah.
But it's not written down
anywhere.
For
time, and you give
There's
it to them.
There's no force of law on this rule. But it comes from a time before Trump. And if we live another 50 or 100 years, there may actually be a term used in society called before Trump, because he's changed the world so much for us here in the United States.
BT.
Now, everybody knows, I've said it before, Donald Trump has something to offer as President of the United States. I don't agree with a lot of his decisions. I think that he works against himself, and I've said it many times on the air. We've all known people in our lives who do this. They're their own worst enemy. They could do something good, and then they flush it by doing something dumb. And unfortunately, our president hasn't been able to disguise that. His dumb stuff is right out in the storefront window. And this is what happened. First of all, he didn't like a lot of the coverage that he was getting in the press, because every now and then somebody'd say something rotten about him. It might have been true, might not have been true, but he didn't like it. So he decided that he wasn't going to bother with the press anymore. He wasn't going to invite them into the White House to give statements to. He wasn't going to wait till the media was assembled to say something. He was just going to pull out his cell phone and put it out on his own social media channel that he built himself. And also his pal, Elon, I think, owns X, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So that's it. And this is it. I'm going to put it out off my cell phone. That way I won't be misquoted. I've got it perfect. It's right there in black and white, and I don't have to deal with your questions afterwards. So he destroyed the relationship, the gentleman's relationship with the press.
Okay.
He did this. And so when he calls for broadcast time, They're saying, hey, we're not good enough to, for the regular course of business. You want us to cost ourselves tens of thousands of dollars preempting programming to put you on the air, on the bubble, for free as a news thing? At least tell us what you're going to talk about. Nope, ain't going to tell you. Well, we ain't going to put you on. More on this story later.
Okay. Joining us on the phone right now, James Toomey from the Blackstone Valley Tourism Council. Good morning, James.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh ho! Big day, big weekend in the Blackstone Valley again, isn't it?
As always, is how we like to think of it. But yeah, there's a lot of fun things that are happening, and as we share each week, something for everyone. I know that that's not always like the best thing to say, but it's true. Depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking for outdoor adventure or some sports or arts entertainment, we have a lot of things that are happening this weekend. One thing that's really fun, that's pretty unique, is that Break Time Bowl, which is this historic duck pin bowling alley, literally ties back to the industrial era that was used for entertainment for the mill workers there, is this new, well, it's not new, it's been around for a little bit, but they have this new event called Big Lebowski Bowling Night. If you're a fan of the movie, they're going to be kind of recreating that for you, and it's going to be a super fun time. That's tonight from 6:30 to 10:30. That's over in Pawtucket. Are you guys familiar with Break Time Bowl? Have you guys ever
Well,
seen that?
I'm
I've heard
familiar
people
with duck
talk
pin
about it.
bowling.
Never been there.
Yeah.
Well,
It's great.
It's
I mean,
duck,
you gotta,
it's duck pin, and I grew up playing candle pin, so I
Yeah.
never played duck pin till I got to Woonsocket, and I like candle pin better.
Okay. Well, this is like literally the lanes from back in the day. They are all hand set. There's no
I know,
machines
yeah.
that are there. It's a really fun experience.
As a matter of fact, right
Fun.
next to River Island Art Park, there used to be the annex lanes right there in the front.
Oh, wow,
At the
okay.
border, where if you go out to the street up Vernon Street, you're walking over the land where annex lanes was, and the annex
Wow.
diner. Yeah.
James, I don't know if you remember this. In Pawtucket, there used to be two right across the street from each other, and I can't remember what road it was on. But one was above ground and one was below ground.
Yeah, okay. I think I remember seeing the below ground one.
Yeah.
Was that, yeah, okay, yeah.
The above ground one is still, that building is still there, but it's a clothing store now or something like that, or Free Will or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's still alive here
Okay.
in Blackstone Valley and in Pawtucket, and then making it extra special and fun with the huge cult classic Big Lebowski. So they'll
great.
have some White Russians and great food and stuff. But on Saturday morning, the town of Lincoln has their farmers market. They
That's
do a
9.
wonderful
That's
job.
9 to 1, right?
Correct, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can get homemade goods there, sweet treats, fruits and vegetables, and a really wonderful time over at Chase Farm, and just a beautiful place to be on a Saturday morning. It's just a gorgeous
At Chase
piece
Farm on
of
Great
property
Road.
over there. Yeah, yeah.
Now, they got a
And-
parade tomorrow? No,
Yeah.
they got a parade on Sunday, right? A parade?
For in Lincoln?
No, I'm talking Central Falls,
Oh, yes.
right by headquarters.
Absolutely, yeah. No, Sunday is going to be a big day. Well, actually, this weekend is a big soccer weekend. I know we've been talking about it a lot, but Saturday is the big derby match, the big rivalry between Hartford Athletic and Rhode Island FC. So highly recommend checking that out. It's Koke Vegas bobblehead night. Tickets are going really fast for that. And also this Sunday, while we're talking about Centerville Bank Stadium, the Boston Legacy are welcoming literally one of the biggest stars in women's soccer. Trinity Rodman is going to be in town with her team. They're playing that night. Tickets are, I think, almost sold out for that, but you can check out BostonLegacyFC.com to go check that match out. But they're also going to have the final of the big soccer tournament on in the stadium, which is really cool, like an added bonus. But what we're talking about, if you're in Central Falls, there is a cultural parade that starts at noon in Hunt Street, inviting people of all different cultures and backgrounds to come out, wear your cultural gear, wear your jerseys, wear things that just kind of represent, and they're going to march down to their watch party site, which is 53 Hunt Street. They have been doing an outstanding job with their watch parties, and this is a really fun way to kind of cap that. and then they'll have the big match on between Spain and Argentina.
So proud of
that a lot
Central
people are
Falls.
looking forward to.
There's been no messing around there. You hear out of Brockton and other places like that where people have misbehaved. Central Falls, just having fun.
Exactly. They've been bringing out thousands of people. There haven't been any incidents. Just a lot
And
of
this,
great
by the way, this is
energy
going
and
down
fun and
Dexter
authentic
Street,
food.
right? This is going.
That is going down Hunt Street. Yeah, so it cuts across. It starts on Dexter, and then it basically cuts, across the city between the two main parallel roads, and then it'll bring you right to the watch party that they have there, and
That's the downtown neighborhood, really, of Central Falls, isn't it?
Yeah. It'll go by some of their parks that they have there. It's a great community. It's going to be wonderful to invite folks out. And if you're looking for a really fun and unique place to enjoy the final match, Central Falls is definitely one of them. Pawtucket is also having their final watch party. They've been doing a great job as well. They're going to have live entertainment on the stage. They're going to be doing giveaways. They're going to have food trucks. And it's going to be a lot of fun energy, and it's been really wonderful to see how our communities that live here and have called this place home have been able to showcase themselves and welcome people in, and we've been able to really show who we are as as people here in Blackstone Valley, and that we're fun and we have awesome food, and we love the game, and we'd love you to come and visit us if you're not living in the area.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, James. In a few minutes, we'll be talking to Meg Rigo, of course. She'll be talking about tonight's 11 Amp concert as well. But there's always something happening in the Blackstone Valley. You just have to look. Now, if people want to get the newsletter, the 3 to C newsletter, can they sign up on that email list there?
Absolutely. If you go to tourblackstone.com, you can see that there. It's under our event. Just say, sign up for our newsletter. You can email us info@tourblackstone.com if you don't see that form there, and just say, hey, I heard you on OON Radio and want to be part of your newsletter. We'd love to get those emails as well.
Sure.
We'll make sure that you join the
that's
newsletter
Tour
there as well.
Blackstone, TOUR, Tour Blackstone, all one word, .com. And James, I have one little favor to ask you.
Sure.
Joe just received an emergency message. It seems that I forgot to do the birthday cake on Friday morning because it's had so many birthdays this morning. I just lost track of it. I looked at it. I says, I'm out of time. I had to take the break, and I forgot to do the birthday cake drawing. So what we need from you, if you put on your turban, your Swami hat, and pick a number from 1 to 48, and we'll use that to award our birthday cake, which we do every week.
I'm going 13.
13, you say. Lucky 13 will be the one. I'll look that up and tell everybody who that is very shortly.
Awesome.
All right, James. James Toomey
Thank
from
you
the
all.
Blackstone Valley Tourism Council. Thanks for calling in every Friday.
Absolutely. Talk to you soon and see you around the valley.
Very good.
You betcha.
I know, James
Bye.
Toomey. All right.
James, and the name is Steve Morrow.
Oh, that's
Steve Morrow is a former King Jace.
Yes.
Last I heard of Steve, he'd moved down to Greenville, still in signal range. Hello there, Steve. Drop on up and pick up your gift card. We have a certificate, actually, for you for your free birthday cake from Stop and Shop Supermarket at Park Square, North Smithfield, and WOON Radio. And it's a little 7-inch, it's a darling little cake, a single layer cake that they put together for this little promotion. And a lot of people enjoy it, so drop on by, pick up the gift certificate, bring it on down to the North Smithfield Stop and Shop, and then once you've gotten all that, and they'll even put your name on it if you ask nice, stop by the courtesy desk on the way out, give them the certificate you pick up here, that pays for it, walk on out, and enjoy your birthday next week. Steve Morrow.
All right, more Coffee and coming your way. Stick around.
Join the Coffee and panel weekday mornings at 8 on ON Radio.
In a world where good food, friendly faces, and unforgettable memories collide, there's one place that stands out from the rest. Gators Pub is proudly celebrating 35 years of excellence in North Smithfield. Join us at Gators Pub, where every visit feels like coming home. Our secret to success? It's simple. Our super friendly staff and mouth-watering dishes prepared fresh daily by our talented chefs. Sink your teeth into our delectable lunch specials from Monday through Thursday and savor complimentary soup to warm your soul. Enjoy the game day excitement with multiple TVs showing the Boston Red Sox while indulging in classic appetizers like our famous potato skins and pita chips. Looking for a lively atmosphere to watch volleyball games? Look no further. Pair it with our juicy burgers or the latest cocktail creations to elevate your experience. Gators Pub, your ultimate destination for good times and great food. Come and celebrate with us at Gators Pub on Route 102, just a mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Make every moment memorable at Gators Pub, where good friends and great flavors meet. Remember, there are no strangers at Gators Pub, just good friends you haven't met yet.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
OM Worldwide.
Here we are on the Coffee and program. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Dave Richards. And this portion of Coffee and being sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. What's in the inbox, Dave, from the Chamber?
We have the list in the inbox from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, Joe. And our next Momentum Morning 1 mile networking walk is on August the 5th. And it starts at 7:45 in the morning, goes till 9 o'clock at Lincoln Woods. Start your day with one-on-one connections while enjoying nature at this free event, open to all, even dogs. You don't have to register necessarily, but that'd be something for you to do, huh? August 11th from 4:30 in the afternoon till 6:30 in the evening at Track 15 in Providence is the after-work networking, open to members and non-members. Network and enjoy one of Providence's hottest locations. Been there, had a party there, and it is very nice, and the food is just yummy. Powered by Northern Rhode Island Chamber's Emerging Leaders Council. That's coming up on August 11th. And then way off in the distance, we see our next Eggs and Issues breakfast will feature Senate President Valerie Lawson. September 22nd is the date. 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning at the Kirkbrake Country Club, beautiful Kirkbrake Country Club. And Senate President Valerie Lawson, not everybody knows her because she was just a senator before she took over for Don Ruggieri when he passed away. But there you go, get a chance to meet the lady who's in charge at the Rhode Island Senate. I wonder if she thinks they'll be going back again to override vetoes. I don't know, but the House Speaker thinks they might be. You never can tell. Remember, you're never safe until they adjourn for the year. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, of course, is a great organization that helps anybody who even thinks about business with lots of different opportunities. In fact, as a member of the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, many times you can place ads on the Chamber's email list to reach other businesses who are members of the Chamber. And they happen from time to time. And it's always nice to know what's going on around the area. All this and more, 334-1000, call after 9 o'clock this morning. Joe?
All right, joining us on the phone, let's talk Levitt Amp. Here's Meg Rigo. Hi, Meg.
Good morning.
Well, you had to do the quick switcheroo, huh?
The quick switcheroo. You know, with these touring musicians, anything can happen.
You never know
but
what might come up.
fortunately,
Yeah.
But do you
we
know
have
it
so
could
many
have
great
been worse?
musicians right here.
They could have called you on Wednesday of this week and told you.
They could have done that.
Yeah,
They could
they
have
didn't. They did it a week earlier than this past Wednesday.
Well, that's a little better, I guess. So the call goes out to Magnolia. Hey, you're the opening act. How'd you like to be the headlining act?
No, that's not what we're going to do.
Yes. So, Magnolia?
We have a lovely split bill tonight.
Okay.
So Magnolia is sticking with their 6 o'clock slot.
Yeah.
And
All
then Kickin' Brass, who everybody saw at the 4th of July fireworks in Woonsocket, is going to be taking the stage at 7:30.
All right. So everybody's happy with it, right?
I think everybody's happy.
Well,
I'm
Kickin' Brass
happy.
is delighted.
I'm-
They get an extra night's work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a Cajun act to open things up. We get a brass band that's like the party going into the night, and it is family night in the park. So I know for sure the children and the families are going to be very excited because Cajun music is very fun. Brass music, also very fun. What more could one want?
Well, the kids love free face painting, Meg, and you can't go wrong with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Free face painting. River's Edge is doing an art project. Our friends at Vita Church gave us all of these toys to give away. So we have a little scavenger hunt activity for the kids. And if they do this scavenger hunt, they get their pick of 3 toys. It should be fun.
And who wouldn't want free tickets to Six Flags New England, right?
And who wouldn't want free tickets to Six? You know, Joe, my friends were chatting about how much fun it would be to go to Six Flags. And I used your giveaway as an encouragement to get them to come to Levitt so they could potentially win Six Flags tickets.
For free. So, hey, come on down.
Exactly.
You take a picture of yourself at the park. You put it up to your social media with the hashtag Music Moves, and then you go over to the merch tent and see. I did exactly what you wanted me to do. I posted this to my social media, and then they give you a free drawing into the tickets for the Six Flags tickets.
Anybody can do
The
it.
winners have been so excited. I have yet to see someone that's won and gone. I'm excited to see those people. Here's
Well,
my
it's still
photo
early.
of us at Six Flags. I know.
And if
know.
remember,
$320 worth of
Yeah.
tickets, isn't it, Joe?
$320 value, yes. And remember, there is a water park there. You can just hang out in the
Oh, I didn't know that.
in the coolness of the water of the water park out
Very
there
fun.
at Six Flags. It's all up to you. Tell us about the food trucks that are going to be down there tonight, Meg.
We have a new food truck in the park tonight. So Brick's Barbecue, who I have yet, they're not a new truck, but they're new to us, will be there this evening. So I'm excited to taste their barbecue, maybe having a little barbecue sampling. Dell's Lemonade will be back again. Ryan Bakes, she was there all last summer, makes delicious cookies and also makes like allergen-friendly cookies for anyone that has some allergies. She'll be with us. And then Bon Appetit.
Is that like hot dogs?
Anything in a bun.
Anything in a bun. Oh, all right. That works. That works for me.
I know.
So, all right, that's great. And of course, Cyril's will be down there, the on-site bar, right?
They will be, yes. And we're also the group that does Mardi Gras in Northern Rhode Island, Northern Rhode Island State Art Association.
Northern Rhode
Help
Island
me.
Council of the Arts, right?
Thank you. They're going to come and they're going to be decked out in their Mardi Gras wear, even though we do not have our headlining Zydeco act. You know, both brass bands and Cajun music is also very
That's
in the
part of Mardi
heart
Gras.
of that, which is Mardi Gras in New Orleans. And so they were like, we're going to be there. We will be dressed up. It is going to be a party. So
And kids can make their
Northern
own Mardi
Rhode
Gras
Island-
masks, right?
The kids can make their own Mardi Gras masks. Yes, they can.
All
Maybe
right.
we'll have a parade. Who knows? Anything can happen.
So it all starts at 6 o'clock tonight down at River Island Art Park. And
The weather will be exemplary.
yeah,
I love that.
Not even going to turn on the radar on the truck.
it's that good.
It's going to be
We're
that
tempting
good.
fate here, Dave. We're tempting fate.
If you can't make it down, of course, we have it for you here on ON AM and FM radio and on WOONY TV. So we have it we have it all covered for you here in Northern Rhode Island. So have a fun night tonight, Meg, with Magnolia and the Kickin' Brass Band.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. See everybody in the park.
All
Take
right,
care. See ya.
thanks, Meg.
Bye.
At the coffee and table right now, Rich Elaine is here from Post 85. Hey, Rich.
Good morning.
Good
The
morning
rooster
to you.
is in.
All right, Dave, you had more stuff you wanted to say about last night's
Oh, that's
speech?
a double clutch, isn't it?
Back to Donald Trump.
All right, so-
well, you talked about why some networks put it on and some didn't.
Yeah, because you were wondering about that.
Yeah, I
wasn't
thought it was a rule
So I
and it's
addressed
not.
the question that
Okay.
you asked.
Right.
Now,
Now the speech itself.
To me, I think the president made a poor decision, carried it out wrong, and then followed it up with worse decisions because he humiliated himself in front of the world. But he made his bed. Now he's got to sleep in it. And so there they were, with only CBS basically running
Probably
the
Fox.
live. I don't know about Fox.
I don't know, but they're well.
But I do know about CBS.
Okay.
And CBS put it on, and they listened to what the president was saying, and they're looking at their watches and they're saying, it's costing us tens of thousands of dollars a minute to put this guy on the air, and he's just ranting about how China is trying to destroy the elections. China is going to influence our elections, and they're saying to themselves, this guy's doing more to affect the electoral process in the states than China is doing right now. Pull the plug. the ultimate humiliation for a sitting president broadcasting from the White House with what he said was an important thing is for the only network I know of that actually broadcast it, and maybe Fox did it because they're puppets.
No, Fox did.
Fox did.
Yeah.
Well, you know what Fox's deal is. And it's always been their deal, and Murdoch admitted it. But so the deal is, they're looking at it, they're saying this is baloney, and they pulled.
CBS pulled it.
They pulled it off the air.
After how long?
While
Roughly?
he was talking. Well, after they were sure what he was going to say.
30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour?
He just kept saying, "Oh, I don't know. I
Okay.
wasn't paying attention, Joe."
All right.
My understanding it was 15 minutes, but I wasn't long.
all right.
I can't answer that definitively.
Okay.
But I can tell you this: for a network to put it on and then pull it is worse than not putting it on in the first place.
Yeah.
And CBS, it's like major network. So Mr. Trump brought this on himself, and he humiliated himself. And then the worst thing, if you think it couldn't get any worse, then he opens his mouth
Oh, yeah. That's why he was
and
there.
says, anybody who didn't broadcast my speech should have all their broadcast licenses canceled. Writing a letter to the FCC, getting them on the
yeah.
phone, pull all the licenses. These people don't deserve to have broadcast licenses because they disrespected the president.
And he wants all pulled from all TV stations across the country? Because
Anything owned by ABC,
oh, okay. By the
CNN
networks.
has satellite licenses.
Yeah.
They have pay cable, but they have satellite licenses. NBC, all of them gone. CBS especially.
Well,
They
don't
should
see it
all lose their
happening.
licenses and do it now. Don't want them on the air tomorrow. They think they lost money last night. You watch. And that was just a temper tantrum after humiliating himself. This is the way I saw it, based on my experience in the broadcast industry. You never questioned when a president asked you for broadcast time.
right, you just did it.
Right now, President Trump has a button in Washington he can push and take over this radio station and the one across town and all of them all over the thing. It's called the Emergency Broadcast System. He could do that in an emergency. We've donated the equipment, thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment that we're mandated to have in the rack right across the hall from you, so that the President of the United States, the governor could actually do it if he needed to, so that the public would know when a government official needs to talk to them for their own good and safety.
Okay.
Last night was not their own good and safety. He misused the privilege. You watch him try to get, you just watch him try to get the
More time?
get broadcast time again, which means that he has affected the presidency of the United States for years to come.
All right, before we take a break, Rich, did you watch it?
Yeah, but, I got to take the rooster off, and I got to hide like this because I can't.
Because
be
you're talking for Richard Lane.
I'm talking for
I'm not
Richard
talking
Lane.
for the
Correct.
people you
No, I'm not
represent. I
talking
get
for
it.
the. Yeah, I mean, look, I've always viewed it like this. The policies. It's the policies. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. If you
Right.
want to follow the policies that they're putting out there, then that's what you believe in.
Right.
And you know what? I'll say it right out loud. I am a Republican.
Okay.
All right? And that's the conservative
And I'm an
way
independent
I
voter.
believe.
Right.
That's the way I believe. Now, and I'm like you, Dave. Sometimes I wish a guy would just keep his mouth shut and do his job.
Right.
Because a lot of the policies that he wants to implement, I agree with, like that Save America Act. I agree with that.
Right.
I agree with
The
that.
guy has value. He
Yes.
just gets in his own way.
Yeah, shut up and do your job.
Right.
Don't be so, self-conscious or self-righteous that you have to, put your feelings out there all the time. Just shut up and do your job.
All right. We can take a break on the Coffee AM program. It's time for a second message from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, Dave.
Very short and simple, like I usually do for the second message. 334-1000 is the most important thing I can tell you. 334-1000. After 9 o'clock, they start answering the phone. Call them up. Get to know them. I think you'll find value in a chamber membership.
Time for a look at the forecast being brought to you by Mattress Warehouse of Providence.
Sunny skies today with a high of 82 degrees. Tonight,
Areas of smoke after 10 p.m., mostly clear skies otherwise, with a overnight low of 57 degrees. Saturday, not too bad at first, but clouding up all day. Chance of showers and thunderstorms are 30% possible after dinner time. Some storms could produce heavy rainfall before sundown. Areas of smoke before 3 p.m. Increasing clouds and 83 for a high. Winds will gust up to 30 miles per hour on Saturday. Saturday night, 90% chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm before 2 in the morning, and then tapering off between 2 and 5 a.m. Some storms could produce heavy rainfall. Low around 68 degrees Saturday night. A half to 3/4 of an inch of rain possible Saturday, 3/4 to an inch of rain possible Saturday night. Sunday, sunny skies with a high of 79. Monday, sunshine and 83. Next Tuesday, partly sunny with a high of 83. Wednesday, showers and 84. And on Thursday, sunny skies, high near 83 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with the sunny skies, we have 73 degrees.
Buy one, get one free on select mattresses at Mattress Warehouse. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Enter to win a $100 gas card or a bed gear bundle. Plus, one lucky winner gets their purchase made free up to $5,000.
Let's check the entertainment at Chan's this weekend. Tonight, July 17th from 8 to 10, it's New York blues rock vocalist Kelly Baker singing with raw emotion and a voice that cuts straight to the heart. Celebrate her new recording, Mother, a tribute to women. Features Noi Sosha on guitar and harp, PJ Mariana on bass, and Tom Kunono on drums. 15 in advance, 20 in the door. That's tonight at Chan's Kelly Baker. Tomorrow night, on the 18th, it's Saturday night, Studio 2, The Beatles Tribute. I enjoy the early Beatles years with the ultimate Beatles Tribute Band performing the classic greatest hits. Reserve early, 35 in advance, 40 at the door for Studio 2, The Beatles Tribute at Chan's tomorrow night. And then next Friday, it's No Static, Steely Dan Tribute at Chan's Fine Oriental Dining, 267 Main Street, Woonsocket. Try the food. It's fantastic.
Are you retired or retiring soon? That's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3, Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, call Ed or Paul Carew at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Coffee Ann on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Rich Lane and Dave Richards. And this segment of Coffee Ann sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspapers, which Dave happens to have in his hands.
I happen to have right here in my hand, Joe. And Sandy Hall has a story on the front page of the Cumberland Lincoln edition this time. There was they passed a law extending the statute of limitations, and you could accuse people of sexual abuse going back further a number of years. Turns out that one of the ones that are accused, the late Father Raymond Thero, St. John Vianney Parish, he was there for 28 years. He's one of those being accused. The Lincoln Water Commission approves next phase of the proposed Pawtucket Water Connection. Rochelle Medeiros has the story there. And Sandy comes back on the front page here with the federal disaster relief denial is now under appeal. And it leaves $700,000 in the lurch for Cumberland. Picking up the North Smithfield, Woonsocket, and Blackstone edition of the Valley Breeze newspaper. And of course, you could do the same if you drop by the station here or anywhere you shop. Mara Hagen-Spath from North Smithfield. Officials are marking the groundbreaking for the long-awaited North Smithfield Police Station renovation. We see it as we drive by. You got two construction sites, no waiting.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
If you're going down to where the beef barn used to be, then you got one on the left for the police station in North Smithfield. You got one on the right for the new elementary school in Woonsocket. If you like construction sites, we got them for you. Mara also has a story from Woonsocket about local Special Olympians returning from national competition with a gold medal. And also, a Woonsocket skater seeks to revitalize the Woonsocket's skate park, which seems to have gotten, well, I don't know, it was all the rage at one time, but now not so much. Mara Higgins-Spoth has the story there, too, as well as great ads from great local businesses. And in this week's edition, be sure to get the supplement inside. It's the Golden Road, spelled ROHRHODE, the Golden Road Guide to Senior Living in Rhode Island. Insert, very valuable for those who like to know about those things, and I'm getting to be among their number. There you go, the Golden Road in the Valley Breeze this week, every single edition, no matter where you are. The Valley Breeze free where you shop every Thursday. Joe?
All right there, Dave. Thank you very much. And we invite Rich Lane to join us every Friday to talk about what's going on at Post 85 on River Street. So what's happening, what's new at Post 85, Rich?
Oh, well, we have got some outstanding events coming up all through the rest of this month and going into August. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, tomorrow night, of course, New World Wrestling Extreme is back. Their Summer Sizzler. You can go to NWW Extreme and you can check out their website, and they have the ticket prices there, but I would imagine they're probably going to be setting up under the pavilion because of what tomorrow's weather looks like. So, but you don't have to worry about getting wet because we have a covered pavilion there, and James and his crew would be setting up the ring underneath the pavilion. So, and I think the ticket prices are $10 for general admission, $15 for the second row, and $20 for front row seats. So, go to the New World Wrestling Extreme site, and you can get a lot more information about the wrestling event tomorrow night. The gates open at 6 with the wrestling event starting at 7 p.m. July the 25th, a week from tomorrow, that is going to be an outstanding event at American Legion Post 85. We had a meeting about it the other night with all the entities at the Post. It is going to be our annual Rock Fest, which is going to take place from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's Saturday, July 25th. We have two bands that are going to be playing that day. One of them starting at 1 p.m. is Northeast Groove.
Ooh.
They're a very, very good band. A lot of good rock there.
Oh, yeah.
And at 6 p.m., we got a band coming in called Fat Angus, which is an AC/DC tribute band. Once again, a great band. And in the middle of all that, I've already got my my knife and fork all shined up and ready to go for this. We look, Dave laughing over it. Honest to God, we have. I think the other night when we had our meeting, there were actually 13 vendors that were actually signed up for a barbecue competition.
Ooh, how many?
13.
13. That's a lot of barbecue. If I was a pig, I'd be very worried.
Well, I'll tell you what, the beef and pork and everything should be worried. That day, now, like I'm not a big, I don't do smoking on the grill or anything like that, but that's what these people are doing. And I was talking to one of the gentlemen that's kind of involved with putting this all together. They're going to get there like at 2:00 in the morning.
I wouldn't be surprised. It takes time to.
Steve,
takes time.
2 in the morning.
Yeah, 2 in the morning on Saturday morning on the 25th. They're going to get there. They're going to set up their smokers because some of this stuff I guess takes like 10, 12 hours to.
Ramp up
to get done.
And you can't cook it fast. You got to cook it slow.
No, slow and low. I guess is what they say. Slow and low. But so the vendors are going to get up there. They're going to start setting up early in the morning. And one of the rules they have is that you can do your prepping at home, but all the cooking,
like the rubbing and stuff like that.
Right. All the cooking is going to be done. Yep. All cooking is going to be done on site. Now. The exciting part about this is that, think about it, you got 13 people that are cooking, that are smoking and cooking barbecue and all sorts of different types. There's a division. There's like a chicken division, a beef division, and a pork division.
Okay.
So all three of them are going to be competing for money prizes and trophies.
Yeah.
So, but you can go up there. You can come up to Post 85 as an individual, and for $25, you can sample all 13 of the vendors.
Really?
Give me a chicken and keep them coming.
$25.
Wow.
That's
Eat
all
like
it
a
is.
pig, right?
Yep. And one of the guys, Paul Millette, who's we call him Moose, but Moose is going to be there. He's been to a number of these and helped put together a number of these. And he said he went to one of these events one time where he paid like $25. You can sample it all.
Yeah.
And he said, I went to like 2 of the booths and I was already full. So
maybe the organizers know that.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you, if you're looking to have some good rock and roll music, come on down to the American Legion Post. You've never been there before. You can visit the memorial while you're there.
Of course.
And you can have some fantastic barbecue for just $25. And I always look at 10-day advance weather. So far, it looks good for a week from tomorrow.
Well, that's
so far.
So far.
So far.
You realize that
I know.
A lot can happen.
Arthur Ketterer did the weather on this station for over 50 years, and he taught me. Davey says, weather's an educated guess. We take a lot of information in. We figure out, based on what happened before, what's likely to happen next, because we don't know what's going to come up next. He says, today's an educated guess. Tonight, pretty much the same. Tomorrow,
well, July 25th, I think I know one thing. It ain't going to snow.
After 48 hours, Foxwoods, he says.
Oh.
After 48 hours, Foxwoods.
All right. But I'll keep my fingers
So
crossed.
we only do 7-day forecasts here at the station in honor of Arthur.
Okay. But July 25th is the day to come down to the Post for food and rock and roll music.
All righty.
Now, a couple of things I want to mention real quick. One of the things is that we've kind of expanded, and I think I mentioned this once before, but we have the courtesy car for, to take the veterans to the medical
Nice car,
appointments
too.
and stuff.
Very comfortable.
Yep.
I can tell you that.
Yep. Oh, we're going to have it all detailed and cleaned out and everything like that next week. So we're going to have a nice, a very, very pretty vehicle,
Yes.
okay? But one thing I do want to mention, we've kind of expanded what we do with that courtesy vehicle, so I hope this entices some people that are veterans to come down and the membership down American Legion Post 85. Once a month, we go down to the Bristol County Veterans Association in Fall River.
Right.
They have a food pantry down there for veterans that is just absolutely amazing. We go there. They have a little side pantry where veterans can come in, once a week and get little staples and stuff like that. But once a month, we've got some other drivers that come down because with the amount of food that they give the veterans is unbelievable. So you can go down there with us once a month if you're a veteran member. We want to try to build up our membership, so we'll take our veteran members there once a month, and we'll walk out of there with anywhere between $200 and $250 per veteran of food. And I'm talking about meat, I'm talking about staples, I'm talking about fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, and the people down there at Bristol County Veterans Association do a fantastic job giving it to our veterans, and you feel so welcome when you come in. So if you're interested, calls the Post 401-766-7585 if you're a veteran. They will give them the name, telephone number, and I will call you and I'll explain a little bit more to you about what this program is all about.
All right, Rich. Very good. Thank you very much. It's time for another break here on the Coffee Inn program, and this segment of Coffee Inn has been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, you need the best team on your side. Priority Tax Relief has helped thousands of Americans resolve their IRS problems and settle for pennies on the dollar. As a leading tax resolution firm, we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, hundreds of 5-star reviews, and a 4.9-star rating on Google because we deliver results and huge savings. If you owe $5,000 or more and even facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or IRS letters, call us today at 800-746-3915. Once you call, our tax professionals will call the IRS with you for free, and within minutes start negotiating a settlement. We'll put a stop to collections and fight to get you the best settlement possible. Choose the company Americans trust most. Call Priority Tax Relief now at 800-746-3915 to see what relief you qualify for. Don't wait. Make the call. Dial 800-746-3915. Once again, that's 800-746-3915.
Hi, it's Alex with Rebuild Woonsocket Community Movement. We've spent years building people power to fight for climate action, housing and healthcare for all, and social progress in our great city. And we need your help. Click our ad at woonsocketradio.com to join the movement today.
ON Radio in Woonsocket.
It is Coffee and here on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Dave Richards and Rich Lane. So, Rich, we need your opinion on this story that's come up. And we already know how you feel about self-checkouts at the stores. Rich is not a big fan of them.
No.
Would this change your mind, okay? In New York State, a New York State proposal is looking to give shoppers who use self-checkout a discount. Assemblywoman Nikki Lucas is behind the bill that would only require retail establishments that also sell food to provide the markdowns, applying to places like Target and Walmart. Lucas argues that customers are now performing labor for the companies who have been cutting down on staffing. It would be the first of its kind legislation to put money back into shoppers' pockets. The bill still needs to clear a committee vote before it can reach the full assembly floor there in New York. Now, do you want to know what the discount is?
Yeah.
10%.
First,
go ahead.
Okay, we don't know. First of all, what's the government doing putting legislation into place to tell private businesses?
They do it all the time. You will not use paper bags anymore. You will use other way around.
No, but
you won't use plastic anymore. You got to use paper.
This has something to do with capitalism. I mean, you know, free enterprise in the United States. No. Keep your nose out of a company's ability to make money.
But they just did this in Rhode Island. For every 3 self-checkouts, you have to have 1 staffed checkout person.
Well, I wish the hell they do that in Massachusetts. I'll tell you that much. Because I've walked into, and I'll come right out and say it. I walked into BJ's, right?
Yeah.
Over in Franklin. I walked in there one night. It was right around. They closed at 9. I walked in there maybe about 7:30 at night.
No one on the registers.
Just the self-checkouts.
Okay.
I stood there with my basket. And I looked over, and there was nobody in the regular registers. The woman came over to the self-checkout, and she said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah, you can check me out."
BJ's
and she did.
BJ's is not the only one, by the way.
No.
Not to put them down. Others do that same thing at that
look,
late night.
I would not do that. No, that would not change my mind. I will stand in line for an hour. If I have one item and somebody in front of me has got baskets full, I will stand in line for 1 hour with one item in my hand before I will do a self-checkout. No.
I like the idea that they want to try something like this to see what happens. But you know what? 10% is not enough. That is garbage.
Yeah, but this is government infiltrating a company. They want to legislate it. That's the problem.
Well, they would. Go ahead, Dave.
Go, Dave.
Well, I'm glad the subject was brought up. Gives me a chance to express a little pride over how Rhode Island handled this matter. No government interference in business, and I agree with Rich that this is. No government interference with business is without its flaws. Upside and downside on everything on the planet, but I say we did it much better here in Rhode Island than what we just passed this year. Now stop and think of what's going to happen. You see that headline over there about what's going through the legislature in New York?
Yeah.
Right. You know what it's supposed to say?
No.
What it should say, your food bill's going up 10%. Because if you think a supermarket
gonna lose
is
money,
not going to mark
mark
up
up
everything
everything
to make up the 10% they're losing at the register,
Yep.
then you got to
And
be
you're
drunk.
right. Okay, you're
You're
right.
not paying attention to the world that we live in. Because now everybody who goes through a checkout line, and some people have a good reason for going through a checkout line. I could get into my rant about Stop and Shop right now, but I think
But
I won't. But the deal is very simple. If you go through a checkout line and now you're charged 10% more because you went through a checkout line, you're not going to be very happy about it. Seriously. And if you think you're getting through that self-checkout line, you're going to do all the work. Everybody's paying 10% more, but you're getting the 10% discount, so you're paying the same and doing all the work. Give me a break.
All right. Well, I wonder if it'll go through in
But it
New York,
started with
so-
all the loyalty programs. The loyalty programs are making people pay more than they need to for their food, because at the end of the day, when you divide by 2, the store's going to make the money they got to make, and that's the way it is, and they're going to manage their overhead. If you could sell me a pound of grapes for $2.89 a pound, if I have the little foible on my key ring with the scanning code so you can track what I eat, then you could sell me $2.89 for grapes any day of the week, whether I had the foible or not.
All right.
I like grapes.
What you're doing is you're
like
you're
grapes.
penalizing people for not joining your club and becoming part of their data system.
All right. How about this one? Now, I'm not a fan of the governor of
Pick
Minnesota.
something I can't talk about.
I'm not a big fan.
Tired of hearing me.
Not a fan of Tim Waltz at all. But they have signed a bill, is now law in Minnesota, and they call it, Rich, the Grandparents Happy Hour Bill.
Well, wait a minute.
All
Here.
right.
This sounds
No,
interesting.
this sounds all right. All right. The measure allows assisted living homes and facilities to serve alcoholic beverages to their residents without a retail license. Just go out and buy it and bring it back.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
They needed a retail license in order to offer beer and wine and other cocktails, I guess, to the residents of the assisted living place where these people were living.
Oh, well, that's a state law. Yeah, okay.
So they took it back. You don't need a retail license. The law is part of the 2026 Omnibus Liquor Bill that corrects a minor oversight that often kept senior living facilities from offering residents drinks.
Well, see what they should do then. If that just made my mind start to think of something. When you go on a cruise, and kind of if you go on a cruise,
Right.
All right, you can get the package with the drinks.
Yeah.
You can get the package without the drinks.
That's
right,
right.
right.
Now, how come if you go in? Let's say you got to go into a nursing facility, right, or assisted living facility.
You should
and
be able
you're-
to get the package with the drink.
Yeah, if you can get the package with the drinks, it's going to cost you, right? Doesn't that get around it? I hope
I don't know.
the governor, and I'm no fan
But
of the governor.
senior
of
living is
Minnesota.
not in international waters, so there's different rules apply.
Yeah, but when my mom was in a assisted living facility, nice place, and they had like alcohol in the refrigerators and stuff, and they had it
But
for
this is-
very, very minimal price.
But this is if the
like $1 for a can of beer
Well,
or
right.
something. Like,
If the assisted living place wants to put on a party for its residents and serve alcohol in Minnesota, they had to have a license to do it.
Right.
Now they
were
don't.
they selling it to the residents, or just like, here, have a beer, like a party, like a?
I guess there was no distinction being made at that time.
It just says to serve.
To serve.
Alcoholic
Just to
beverages.
serve alcoholic
Yeah,
beverages.
to
Well,
the
see, I don't
residents.
agree with that. I mean, to me, if they're selling it to them, then yeah, maybe you'd need a license if you're selling it.
Well,
you know,
My grandparents, my great grandfather, they had their end of their life down at the Gene Jugan residence down in Pawtucket, and I saw more kegs of beer being wheeled into this place
Hey.
by the nuns.
Yeah.
Well, the liquor store that were delivering it.
Yep.
I said, kegs of beer being delivered. Oh yeah, there's what's a good?
You're
what's a
going
good
back to a
example?
time when drinking alcohol was not a
Well,
sin.
it was the later '80s. kind of
Drinking
thing.
to excess was
And they
a
go,
sin.
well,
But the culture
Yeah, if
didn't
it was,
see it as a sin.
But if it was Valentine's Day, let's say the Valentine's Day party that started at 3, and the drinking started at
It's always
3.
a good time to love.
So they were done by, 8. So
that must have been a real lively place about 8 o'clock at night on the Valentine's Day.
They said you'd be surprised. Come down and watch these people drink. It's amazing.
One time, Bill Lally had me down in New York City, in Manhattan. I had a business meeting there, and he put me up overnight, and he took me over to this restaurant the night before in Midtown. And it was a Chinese restaurant, and they didn't have a liquor license. But every single table...
Bring your own?
Every single table. They did not bring you a glass of water unless you asked for it. They brought you a carafe of wine. And then another carafe of wine. You had white wine, you had red wine.
Did Jesus come out and change it into water?
Nope. They didn't have a liquor license, but New York state law at that time said that you can give the wine away, but you can't sell it.
Okay. Yeah.
And if every single patron came in and got wine, whether they asked for it or not, it was not a sale.
Well, how about this? I don't know if it's still the case. Down in Providence, there was a right off of near Admiral Street. There's a gentleman's club.
Yeah.
They also didn't have a liquor. They couldn't sell it. However, in the parking lot was a liquor store. All right. So if you went in and said, I want a bottle of wine. Okay, $20. You gave the person at the club $20. They ran across the parking lot, bought a bottle of wine, came back and gave it to you. And that was okay.
Wow.
That's how they got around it.
Inventive.
Well, the neighborhood I grew up in Worcester when I was 14 and 15 years old, and didn't have alcohol sales on Sunday or beer sales on Sunday.
Blue laws.
I had no problem at the age of 14 getting a 6-pack of beer on Sunday. I know that. I knew where to go.
Rich, how about this? A man wanted on a felony warrant in California, out in L.A. He's in custody. Now he's running from the police. And so, you know what he does? He runs into the Pacific Ocean. Here's the impressive part. He treaded water for 90 minutes.
Whoa. Oh, my God.
This is a strong individual.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm thinking maybe he was able to come in a little and at least stand with the water up to his shoulders before they went in and got him. The LAPD says he ran into the water at the Will Rogers State Beach during a foot chase. He ended up 200 yards. Okay, he's not up to his shoulders if he's 200 yards off the coast. He's 200 yards off the coast, drifting towards Santa Monica, while surrounded by lifeguards, police
you'll
boats.
Catch the pier on the way by.
Surrounded by lifeguards, police boats, and rescue boats. We're waiting for you to give up. When you say, come get me, we'll come get you. The suspect was nude from the waist down at the time of his arrest. Well, I'm glad he kept his shirt on at least. Jeez.
So let me get this straight. They're surrounding him.
You tell us when you're going to give up.
What are you going to do? Wait for the guy to,
Well, that's the way cops work these days.
Or are you going to pass out?
They try to let circumstances work in their favor. If someone is in a hopeless situation where they're going to have to give up, why use force? Let time go by.
You'll tell
keep
us.
Him safe.
Yeah.
And there you go.
If he passes out, we'll go get him. But then you tell us.
All
right, I'm done.
How long can you tread water?
90 minutes.
I know.
Oh, yeah. 20's a lot by. I know I had to do that for my Able Seaman's license. Yeah.
All right.
You got some good stories today. I like these.
If you're wondering, the Wayne County Airport Authority, this is in Detroit, is ending their plans for a cigar lounge at the Detroit Metro Airport.
No.
The airport says the temporary financial and economic uncertainty means the plans won't work out. The Detroit, Wayne, Oakland Tobacco Free Coalition was opposed to the proposal and put up billboards near the airport all about the dangers of secondhand smoke. Now, the announcement comes after Spirit Airlines went out of business. We got all this room.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it in a cigar lounge in case people want it. They said, well, they scrapped the whole idea.
Oh, well.
There we go. We're done. So,
hey, try everything. Keep what works.
I know. I go. But if the lounge is inside and the doors are closed, I don't see how the secondhand smoke gets out to the other passengers in the terminal.
Well, when you open the door,
I know
there'll be the puff of smoke that comes out.
What? I don't know how
you
much
can
smoke
have negative
come
pressure,
but not all out's
and
coming
suck it out through the roof.
Yeah.
So it could be mitigated, but it's an argument. It doesn't have to be true. It's an argument.
I know my wife used to go down to. I mean, she still does. She goes down to the Bally's Casino there down in Lincoln, and I know when they don't have smoking there at all. I think
Have
it's
they stopped
completely
it?
smoke free
They
now.
did
be smoking
but
on the first floor.
I think they stopped it all together because the employees didn't want to have.
See, my wife
Oh, that's great.
my wife doesn't like the cigarette smoke, and even when they had the separate areas, she'd
Yeah.
say, you can still
Still
smell
smell
it when you walk.
Well, they
in.
had it on the first floor.
Yeah,
Smoke
yeah,
rises.
yeah, smoke rises. So there you go.
All right. Well, we got to wrap it up for today. We thank you very much for
Oh,
listening.
you forgot the big news:
What was the big news?
marijuana.
What about it?
There is
I miss
legislation being put in Congress down in Washington
Take it off the
to
list?
take it off the federal
Oh,
list
well.
of controlled substances.
Well, okay. Let's see if that passes. Well, we got to run, though. So our thanks to James Toomey from the
Won't be
Blackstone
happy
Valley
about
Tourism
that.
Council. Our thanks to Meg Rigo from Levitt Amp for joining us as well. And Rich Lane, thanks for being here.
Always a pleasure coming in.
All right. And Dave Richards, thanks for being here.
We'll see you in the park tonight at 6 o'clock. And, of course, coming up next, Gary Smith and the Friday crew.
They're coming up after the 9 o'clock news on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News